All right, guys, so a little bit different video today. So we are going to be installing a 2-post lift on top of my 4-post that I have over here. So we're going to get the truck loaded up, get the trailer. I bought one from Home Depot, so I'll document that experience. So far, I just pretty much went online, clicked add to cart, and then 3 days later, I'm getting a message to go pick up. So we're gonna go pick it up and do the install, and you guys can be along for the ride in case you wanna do this yourself. Kind of get an idea of how you can do this by yourself, installing a 2-post in your garage. So. So she's locked and loaded, ready to rock. All right, took about overall maybe like 45 minutes, 50 minutes. And then they got us loaded up, so let's get out of here. All right, so day 2, just picked up our lift setup and got everything cleared out of the garage, all the vehicles, and so now we're ready to get our measurements, place our chalk line, and then kind of go from there. So we'll get our chalk line set up and where we're gonna put it, and then we'll go over the install. Okay, so new day. The reason these are so heavy is they put all the stuff inside of them. So it's got all your arms and everything already inside. So if you take those out, these should be a lot lighter, which is what I'm gonna do. You get everything out from the inside, and then from that point, we're gonna look at our marks. I've got this slab right here has got all rebar all the way through it. It's this whole square. So I'm gonna mark my points, center it in between the slab, and then we'll get our chalk line and then kind of go from there. And so that's gonna be our next steps. Okay, so this one in particular calls for 138 inches basically from post to post. And so we're gonna set that. You need at least 4.5 inches of concrete, which I have 6 inches. Also hardening and rebar, so it should be good. So we'll get our chalk line, and now we've got the instructions, and I've got most of the stuff pulled out and separate now. So, okay, so chalk the lines out. You get your basic dimensions. What I'm gonna do is I've got these little rollers that I use for vehicles. I'm gonna set this on front and rear so I can slide this main post. And then you want your power supply post to be on the driver's side. It's kind of the easiest way to do it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the tractor, lift this up, get these underneath it so I can roll this around, get this post over here, this post over there, and then set one up, anchor it, and then do the top, set the other one up, don't anchor it yet, but then do the top. So that's how I plan on doing this. Okay, so got it up, got it where I need it on the chalk lines, and then you want to check for level. And so, let's see, the 4-foot level, it's gonna need some shims because it's a little off up here on that side. So that side's gonna need to be shimmed. It looks good from this way. It's mainly, it's tilting, looks like a little bit on the top. So we're gonna shim this out, get these level, and then kind of go from there. So basically use the tractor to pull it up, get this one down. We're gonna mount this one, and then once we mount that one, then get this other one up. That way we can do the top and get the top hooked up before we mount the other one. All right, so I bought this rotary drill just because I don't have one. Just a cheap little $80 one. I think I got all this for 100 bucks. And then this is my concrete 3/4 inch. It doesn't need to be 12 inches long, but mine is. So basically you're gonna go 2 inches plus wherever your anchor bolt, and your anchor bolts are gonna get drilled out. They're gonna hammer in from the top, and then as you tighten, it's gonna expand this, and that kind of locks it in. So that's how you anchor it. If you do have rebar, which I do, I'm hoping I don't hit it. If you hit rebar, you're gonna need a whole new bit because this won't work for that, unfortunately. It'll only drill the concrete. So let's hope we get lucky. We'll go ahead and do that. All right, so we're gonna drill them out, mark with tape where I need to go. Big bucks, no whammies on hitting rebar. I just don't want to hit rebar, that's the big thing. Okay, so now we're gonna hammer our ankle bolts down, get them locked in there, and then you gotta do, I think it's like 3 or 4 turns and like 130 foot-pounds to lock the ankle bolts. So we're gonna hammer these all in. Okay, it calls for 130 foot-pounds. Like ankle bolts. We want at least 2 full turns. Okay, so that side's in. Verify there's 3 inches. That's clamping as far as in the anchor bolts. And so now we're gonna take this side, like this side up, not anchor it, but go ahead and hook the top up, which is gonna be a whole ordeal. And then once I've got the top hooked up, then I'll anchor it down, just to make sure all the bolts and stuff align. But that's kind of how we'll do it. Okay, so standing up, I've got it secured where it can fall, at least left, right, or forward. It can fall backwards. What is confusing is the instructions. This is the bar that is supposed to disable if you lift too high on a vehicle, basically. So basically what you have to do is you mount the box, you slide the rod in. It doesn't tell you which bolts you use, so I'm just guessing those are the right ones. You mount 2 bolts from the other side. Your power wire is going to go into the top, it looks like, through that hole. And then that's going to connect to your main supply unit. That's basically going to be a disable switch. And to me, it looks like basically this rod just goes through here, and you mount these. I'm assuming these are the right bolts. Like I said, it doesn't say. Basically, what happens is this hits, that comes off that switch over there. Comes off the switch over here, and as this sets and lays on top of this, and that disables it basically. Not a great system. This needs a little bit something to kind of get that centered, but it will work. So it uses gravity. When gravity comes off of it, it disables the system. That's kind of how it works. So now I've got this on. I can use a ladder to get up there to the top, and then I'm gonna have to hoist this. So I probably will need assistance to get this over to the top. And then once I get this on the top, I'll bolt this down, the cap down, and hopefully I can anchor this, and then we can go to the next steps. Okay, so we got this side done, bolted on. Now I'm gonna go up here. This is the loose side that's not tightened yet. So I'm gonna climb up, be very careful, line that up, and then we can do that. Okay, we're gonna drill out our holes for this side. Okay, so I was having some issues with I think I hit rebar, couldn't get this hole deep enough. And I decided that bit I'd bought was actually for one of these Milwaukee's. So I went ahead and upgraded my rotary drill and took the other one back, the little cheapo. So it's up to you whether you want to start with. I could probably got it done, decided to just kind of cut bait and go with a good tool that I can keep for a while. So I went ahead and did that and bit the bullet. Plus they're running a special on it. So anyway, so we're gonna continue with our new tool, and hopefully I won't need a special bit for the rebar that I'm hitting, so we'll see. Okay, now we're gonna re-hammer these back down. We got enough yet. Okay, so now basically we've got to put on the power unit. So we're gonna mount that, and then we're gonna fill it up with hydraulic oil. I have some from my tractor, which is a SAE, actually AW32. So we're gonna put that in and mount this real quick. Looks like 10 quarts. I think that's about what I have. All right, this sucker is not light. Doing it here by yourself, I went ahead and put the bolts on, and I'm gonna try to lock it in this little space, and hopefully that'll help me get it up here by myself. This thing is heavy. Okay, so a new day. Next step's going to be installing the cables, and it looks like you want to have them on the upward lock position. First safety latch. Looks for this. It's first click. It says 30 inches, but it's not 30 inches up, so I'm not sure where they're measuring that from, but that's where it first clicks. So basically what you're doing is you're taking, this is your lock piece. It goes down to the bottom pulley and then routes up there, crosses over, comes down, and then hooks on to here. So you'll do that for each side. So basically that's kind of how this sits up. One thing I did notice in there's like a cut spot on the weld. I don't know what's up with that. And over here, same thing over there. So okay, no big deal. But that's basically how you do it. So you're gonna run one cable to one side, one to the other, and then I'm gonna get up and then do that and run them over Tuxedo. So that's gonna be the next step. Okay, so they're routed. You wanna have 1/2 inch of side play, no more. So that's kind of, they route up over the pulleys and then they run through the top and then they come down, and each side has its own pulley at the bottom, and then it should have the same amount of tension, 1/2 inch side play. And I believe now we're gonna be hooking up the hydraulics. So that wasn't too bad. It's just getting up and getting it routed. And I think next we're gonna have to run the hydraulics from there over. Okay, so I like the internal routing of this. You wanna run it internally up and over, and then down, obviously. These just pull up and off, and then you can just set your cables behind. So now I've got my cables all ran. I've got my T-piece, which is gonna go through here with a nut on it. I have a nut on the other end. This will hook to one end, and then this other one will hook to the other end. And so that is what's gonna tie in your hydraulics. And then you use the other one, the grommet, and that's gonna run your jump off, basically your kill switch for the top routing. So now we're gonna hook this up, pretty straightforward. I'm just gonna screw this on, tighten the other side, run the hydraulic hose from here with a nut on this side from here to here, and then wire tie the kill switch going up to here. So that's pretty much how we gotta do it there. And I'll show you on the instructions kind of what it shows here. So that's pretty much what it should look like. All right, so that's gonna be our next step. All right, couple things my kit didn't come with. There's a washer. It's not really a washer, but it's a nut. It's supposed to secure this, and there's a grommet. Mine didn't come with that for some reason. But once you run that through, I'm gonna have to source that and put it on, and then the grommet as well. Once you source it, run your cable along, and then you run it inside your box, and that's gonna all wire in when we run our top piece. So everything's done except for the arms now. And we're gonna put these arms on. It looks like you want the short arms to go towards the front of the vehicle. So I'm gonna be driving towards the front, so I'm gonna use short arms on this side, and then the long arms in the back. And so this is pretty much how we're gonna put those on there. We're gonna set there, lock these lock washers. So I'm gonna play with this, figure this out for a second, and then we'll be back. Okay, so basically, this is what it comes with, these rods. Take the cotter pin out, slide it down, pull the spring in from the bottom, and then this faces outwards, and this actually pivots. And so then you just tighten this nut all the way down, kind of like over here, and what it does is just allows the locking mechanism to work. And now it's locked, so you gotta loosen it. And you can lift up, and then you can do turning of your thing. So that just spring loads it so it can't turn and move. So you do that for each arm, and then that's how you install these pieces. Pretty straightforward. Cotter pin out, washer, spring on the bottom, let it set in, tighten the nut, and then you've got pull up and spring, and you can kind of adjust how much tension you want. So, and that's just locks the arms. So once you do that, you get all four, and then it's just hook your ends up, and now we gotta do wiring. And the washer should probably go at the bottom, but when you're installing these. That way it keeps the base to pull up, and then it can rotate on. So I'm still tightening these, but. Okay, so this side's done, and you can see they actually fold inwards, and that kind of folds it out of the way because they're asymmetric. And then you got, as you pull out, it locks as you go. And in order to get it all the way out, you gotta pull it, and you lock it down to where you want it, and then it rotates. And that's pretty much it. All right, and then you just gotta put your ends on. All right, so I'm not gonna give any electrical advice just because I'm not an electrician, but according to instructions, this is how it's supposed to go. You've got your switch that's sending the circuit to complete the circuit for power. So you're intercepting off of that in between here, and basically you're going to, it doesn't matter which order you do, but you're going to combine these because that's going to close the circuit whenever that hits. So that's going to stop you from activating basically the on switch once those tie. So we'll just intercept with a hook up 1 to 1, blue, we'll just go blue to blue. It doesn't matter really which color you do, but so we're going to do that, and that's the only wire I'm going to show. The rest of it is just basically 240 or 220, depending on where you're at, European or American standards. So that's going to be two basically 110s or two 120s, and then a ground, and I'm going to wire that in. But like I said, I'm not an electrician, so I'm not going to give any electrical advice. I already have this ran up here, and so we're going to go ahead and just tie it in. Put some conduit running up, and then kind of go from there. So that's how I'm going to do it, but I'm not an electrician, so don't take any electrical advice from me. Thanks. Okay, as far as the wiring, so to wire in your switch from up top, it comes in, and then you're just going to break the circuit coming off the power. And so that's what I've done here. Is it that was already joined there, and I'm just intercepting so that'll break the circuit. I'm not going to show any of the rest of this just because, for obvious reasons, I'm not an electrician, so I don't want to give anybody bad electrical advice, but I do already have 220 ran, 30 amp breakers, 2 of them. So I'm going to just basically wire that in, run some conduit, and then we should be ready to rock. Okay, got her wired and test it, and she's working. And she works. All right, so that's pretty much it. You can adjust, you can hear the clicks are not synchronized, so I'll make some adjustments to kind of get them to sync up a little better. But that's about it. Didn't show the wiring, like I said, mainly because I'm not an electrician and I don't want to give anybody the wrong device. But I wired this up, it was pretty simple to do. So we'll kind of leave it at that. So if you like what you see, like and subscribe. Next up, we're gonna be tinkering with both the TRX and the Z06. And all right, it's good to see you guys, and catch you on the flip side. All right, here we go. Test number 1. All right, Mamie.
No, this girl.
Hit the button.
Okay.
Go, you're gonna hold this button down until I tell you to stop.
Hi guys, what's up? It's me, Charlie. Welcome back to my YouTube channel.
Really?
Yes. You gotta keep it holding down.
He can't do that right. How high are we even going? How high are we going?
Now what?
Now I gotta get down.
How you gonna get down?
Go over and pull these latches. Don't stand under it. Grab this little, see that little orange wire? Pull that down. Alright, now go to the other side, do the same thing. That. Okay, now go hit that little release button, the little knob. Hold the knob down over here. Alright, Charlie.
Guys, Daddy don't know how to do that right. He's just a pile of junk.
Go. Hold it down.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel.
Oh!
Guys, he's kind of a weirdo. Don't listen to him.
It's going down, it's slow, but there's not a lot of weight on it. Like,
Well, this is gonna take you till next year.
That's not right. She don't know.
the more weight's on it, the faster it'll go down.
Make sure to like and subscribe. Like and subscribe, guys. Like button's right there. Subscribe's right there.
Hey,
All right. Hey guys,
Charlie,
I don't even
get
have
over
a
here.
brain. He don't know anything. Yeah, baby.
Charlie,
Oh, I'm just telling you to like and subscribe. Like and subscribe, everybody.
this thing's slow as Christmas.
As slow as Christmas. Guys, I forgot to say Merry Christmas, January. And Happy New Year, okay?
Hey, stop. What is your name? What?
Merry Christmas, January. And a Happy New Year.
What's she talking about, me? Who you talking to?
She's laughing.
Hey, Charlie, get out of there. Stop. You're going to be on the bloopers. All right, I'm about to get off this ride. I can't be long. All right, Charlie, your turn next. Huh? No,